Welcome back to AllStarBuzz. Thank you for joining us. Before we start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow. Now, let's begin.
If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help because
After years of Whoopi Goldberg dominating conversations and dismissing conservative voices on The View, she finally met her match. This wasn't just another debate. It turned into a stunning takedown that left everyone watching speechless. Karoline Leavitt exposed Whoopi's double standards and hypocrisy in a way no one has ever done before, shutting down her arguments completely. Now the fallout is growing by the minute. ABC executives are reportedly in emergency meetings, with rumors circulating about potential firings. Even Whoopi's future on the show appears to be in serious jeopardy. So what exactly did Karoline say that caused such a dramatic moment? You'll want to see this unfold.
I said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
the most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
The confrontation began when Whoopi, Joy Behar, and the rest of the panel tried to lecture Karoline about wokeness. True to form, Whoopi wore her trademark smug expression while Joy made snide comments like, "Oh, so now we're judging women based on their looks?"
I think she's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
A statement dripping with hypocrisy considering their history of attacking conservative women. But Karoline wasn't having it. She fired back with the simple but devastating question, "Whoopi, do you even hear yourself?" The moment instantly went viral, with viewers calling it the most satisfying moment in the show's history.
Do you want to take this?
So, you cannot be attractive and smart? I will try to give Joy the benefit of, well, thank you. I try to give Joy the benefit of the doubt that she didn't see that briefing. Because if you saw that yesterday on numerous topics, no big binder, I think she might have had a different impression of this young woman who held her own.
I mean, you would have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she did absolutely no research or reading about anything dealing with Karoline Leavitt before she made that remark. Because Karoline Leavitt she went to St. Anselm College. She worked for WMUR
Ran for Congress?
In New Hampshire. She ran for Congress at the age of 25, put out a very good campaign. She lost by 8 or 9 points, but she still put on a good campaign. Then she was the press secretary for the Trump campaign, going on TV literally every day.
Well, heavily pregnant and a new mom.
Pregnant. Yeah, she's a new mother. And then she goes out yesterday and gives and this, again, this is speaking very objectively, because I've watched every press secretary since going back to Marlon Fitzwater. Yeah, I'm that old. And she went out there for her very first briefing at the age of 27 years old, the youngest press secretary ever, and did a terrific job of
The tables had finally turned, and the usual bullies found themselves on the receiving end for once.
These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right, ABC should wake up.
Colleagues, I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now, as
I'm
for
sorry,
this
guys.
debate,
We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time. That was so good. So good.
In a statement afterwards, this young lady claimed her, quote, on-air snub proves that you-know-who will not be treated fairly in the upcoming debate. Now, do you think this is going to make people doubt whether CNN can stay objective, or is this more the same of, it's all, everybody's against me, it's all rigged, I tell you. Is everything rigged?
No, it's their MO. That's what they do. Rachel Maddow said last week, she's like, if the election is lost, it was rigged. If there's a debate, then the moderators are probably...
The aftermath has been chaotic behind the scenes. Insiders say the atmosphere at The View has become tense and unpredictable. Longtime staffers are whispering that this could mark the beginning of major changes for the program. One thing's certain, after this humiliating exchange, the dynamic on set will never be the same. The moment Karoline fired back, the entire studio fell silent. "You sit here preaching about women's empowerment," she said, "but when a conservative woman succeeds, you claim it's because of her looks. That's the real sexism." The audience froze in shock. Even Joy Behar, known for never missing a chance to interrupt, stayed completely quiet. But Karoline wasn't done. "Wokeness isn't about equality anymore," she continued. "It's become a political weapon to silence anyone who disagrees, and Whoopi, you prove that every single day on this show." The gasps from the audience were audible throughout the studio. Social media exploded within minutes. Number exposed and number Karoline owns The View started trending nationwide as clips of the exchange went viral.
While I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House.
Boom. She's got more.
I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office, or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country.
Bam!
Behind the scenes, ABC executives went into full damage control mode, but things were about to get much worse. Reports began leaking that producers were furious with Whoopi's handling of the situation. Sponsors started expressing concerns as longtime viewers began turning against the show. Then came the bombshell. Whoopi Goldberg was mysteriously absent from the next episode. ABC's vague statement about Whoopi taking time to reflect on recent discussions fooled no one. Everyone knew what it really meant. The longtime face of The View was suddenly on thin ice. But the fallout didn't stop there. With ratings dropping and advertiser confidence shaken, ABC now faces an impossible choice about the show's future. The billion-dollar question now facing ABC. Do they finally clean house and bring some balance to The View? Or keep doubling down on their failing formula? Let's be honest, this show has always fed on controversy, but when the backlash outweighs the ratings bump, the math doesn't lie. Right now, they're dancing on the edge of disaster. Advertisers are getting cold feet. Their credibility is in tatters. Viewers are changing the channel. After decades on air, The View might finally be meeting its maker. Did Karoline Leavitt just hammer in the final nail? That's what everyone's asking. The fallout speaks for itself. Whoopi's sudden time off, the leaked producer meetings, the social media frenzy. This isn't just another scandal. It feels like the beginning of the end. Now we want to hear from you. Was this the most brutal takedown in The View's history? Has Whoopi finally crossed the line one too many times? Does ABC need to show her the door? And most importantly, after this earthquake of a moment, can the show even survive? The writing's on the wall. The clock is ticking, and for the first time in 25 years, The View's future looks seriously uncertain. What happens next could rewrite daytime television history. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on those notification bells so you never miss a video. I'll see you in the next one.